Thy will be done. Teaching the Talmidi Israelite faith through the words of the Our Father, by Shmuel ben Naftali. Please visit our website at www.talmidi.co.il. Chapter 2. The Ancient Community of the Way and the Talmidi Israelite View of the Second Temple Period. Section 2. The Purpose of the Israelite Religion. As a people, we Jews often emphasize us, what we have gone through, what we have endured, our heritage, our ancestors, and our faith. We insist that Judaism is all about the Jewish people. Our sages and rabbis say that without the Jewish people, there would be no Judaism. However, this introspective view is not the raison d'etre of the Israelite religion. Take a look at Isaiah 43 verses 6b to 7, where Yahweh says, "Bring my sons from afar, and my daughters from the ends of the earth, everyone who is called by my name, whom I created for my glory, whom I formed and made." And in Isaiah 43:21, Yahweh explains, "I created this people for me, so that they will speak my praise." Do you see how the followers of Yahweh, those who are called by Yahweh's name, were created for God's glory, not ours? We, the Jewish people, exist for the sake of Yahweh. We exist to act as an eternal witness to the power and presence of Yahweh, to what our God has done, and to what our God has promised to do in the future. The Israelite religion therefore exists to serve Yahweh and God's greater purpose. Through the prophet Isaiah 43:10a, Yahweh says, "You are my witnesses, and my servant whom I have chosen." And in 1 Chronicles 16:24, and again in Psalm 96:3, it says, "Declare God's glory among the nations, God's marvelous deeds among all peoples." You see, without Yahweh, there is no Israelite religion. Without Yahweh, there would be no Jewish people. In short, the primary purpose of the Israelite religion, or rather, the way of Yahweh, is to act as an eternal witness to the holiness, the power, and the presence of Yahweh. The Israelite faith is not about us, it's about Yahweh. Let this perspective dictate the practice of your faith. Everything you do in terms of religion has to be for Yahweh. When you interact with other people, you always have to ask yourselves, how will what I do or say reflect on the reputation of the God I serve? When you are faced with a difficult situation, ask yourselves, what would Yahweh wish me to do? As followers of the way of Yahweh, we are ambassadors to the nations. As Yahweh declares in Isaiah 49:6, "I will make you a light for the Gentiles, that you may bring my salvation to the ends of the earth." Consider this. Yahweh has no physical form, is invisible, and cannot be touched. If people cannot see, feel, or hear God, God needs to have something of himself that people can see. That would be a way of life that reflects God's personality, God's values, God's principles, and God's ethics. And that way of life has to be very distinctive so that people will sit up and take notice. So our way of life is not to make the nations of the world look at us, but rather to catch their attention so that we can point them to look to Yahweh our God, to our God's values and principles, in the hope that they will take on board such values. We were chosen not because we were special or because of any innate qualities we ourselves have, but because God wants us to act as an eternal witness to God. We were chosen for a job. That is what chosen refers to bear witness to a powerful, incredible, and amazing God. This chapter is continued in the next video. Please see links to the next video and previous video in the description below. If you have a genuine interest in Talmidaism, you can join our discussion group by sending a blank email with subscribe in the title to Talmidi-subscribe@yahoogroups.com. If you have a genuine inquiry and want to know more about Talmidaism, please email thywillbedone.talmidi@gmail.com.